Hey, what's up guys? Just a tip, and today we are back with some more Napoleon Total War. We have a really exciting battle today. We have Elite on this side, going as Sweden. I'm going as Russia here in the middle, and then Kicking Butt is over here on the right flank, going as Prussia. This battle is going to get started pretty quickly up here on this hill. We're on Pyrenees Peak. And so this is going to be the main killing section of the battlefield. And as you can see, we're fighting against Britain, another Prussian faction, and France over here on their left flank. So basic army comps right now. I've brought 4 Cossack Cav. Let's see, 4 Jaegers, 1, 2, 3, 4 Musketeers, Moscow Musketeers. 5 Musketeers, and then I've got 3 Lifeguard Foot. The rules were 1 Artillery, 4 Lights, so I've got a 6-pound horse. I'm going to rush up to the middle. Actually, it looks like I have 5 Cossacks. I do. Elite has a ton of cav. I think he's got, let's see, I think 4 Hussars and 2 mounted Jaegers. He's got a bunch of line infantry. His units are all bunched up. He's also got some Jaegers, so I can't really tell, but he's got the basic, Swedish build. He's got a couple militia in here, and I think he's brought a howitzer. Yeah, 7-pound howitzer. 4 Jaegers, 1, 2, 3, 3. I don't know, 5. I'd say about 8 line infantry. He's got a couple Lifeguard Foot as well. On the right flank, KB has got his normal Prussian army, so he's got a Landwehr. He's got probably 9 to 10 Musketeers. And I think 2 foot guards is usually what it brings, and then 4 Prussian Fusiliers. Let me pause this. This is going to get started really quick over here. Let's see. France has some Chasseurs of Cheval. Got a Lancer. 1, 2. I think he's got 2. Yeah, 4 Chasseurs. He's got Fusiliers of Line. 3 Fusiliers of Line. Swiss Foot, or no, Militia Fusiliers. Oh, he's got some old guard over here, Fusiliers, and he's got the Artillery of Cheval, which he is going to rush up here to the hill. In the center, Prussia, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Musketeers. He's got a bunch of cav, some dragoons. Britain's got his cav over here. He brought 4 Silesian Schutzen, I believe, which are the long-range rifles essentially of the Prussian army. He's got a 6-pound horse, which he is basically going to run up and put directly across from my 6-pound horse artillery. We get in slow motion, and as you can see, we have both rushed the hill, and there's about to be a cav engagement. We try to get the British army. He's got Highland Foot, 4 Highland Foot. He's got a bunch of these fencibles, some foot, light dragoons, KGL, lights, Coldstream Guards, and dragoons are coming. He's also got these 15th and 10th Hussars. All right, so basically this is going to be a very exciting fight here in the middle of the battles, where most of the initial action is going to take place. And what we decided to do here is we are going to try to, although our cav is a bit inferior and it's going to be rushing into their lines, which is normally not a great thing, we decided that we would rather have the cav engagement on their side of the battlefield so that we are able to push up a little bit, and most of the casualties besides our cavalry will take place over here. So as you can see, Elite and his Swedish mounted Jaegers and Hussars are rushing, and I'm going to rush my Cossacks and just try to do some initial damage, maybe take out some of these lights. Oh man, he's going to get square right there with his Musketeers. He's also got some dragoons over here in the forest. And I've got my 6-pound horse rushed up. They need to unlimber like ASAP because his is becoming unlimbered. I've got my Musketeers and my Russian Jaegers pushing up. We haven't pushed all the way up. We've got a threat of cavalry, these dragoons right here, trying to charge these mounted Jaegers. I'm trying to get some shots off on them just like that, and we killed a couple of them there. Basically, those cav, we threw some cheap cav into them just to kind of keep them busy, allow us to get position over here on the hill. Sweden over here, Elite has formed a line on this side of the battlefield, but as you'll see later as we go into the battle, we got another cavalry charge. As you see later in the battle, he doesn't really engage too much on that side. He'll start sending a lot of his units up through here. We did get into the fencibles, which is good, but they also only lost 5 on the charge, and he's going to get in the square there, which good move by Prussia. Routed one of his dragoons, and we are doing some pretty good damage to the fencibles here. Oh, got my cav charge going to try to take out his artillery, which we are able to get into him, but they're going to get shot from behind. He's got his musketeers in a pretty good position. Oh, I think that was friendly fire right there. Cossacks are not the greatest cavalry. They're very cheap, but they are serving their purpose well right here. So now, the problem that we're facing here is that he's got these Silesian Schützen, which are very, very good rifle infantry. And now he's going to try to put some stakes down. He's got a KG. The British got a KGL. Lights coming up into the woods, and he is firing with. I think he's got his howitzer over here as well. Yeah, he's got a 5-inch howitzer, which is going to be a big nuisance for Sweden over here. Got some Jaegers coming up, and my lights are not in the best position right here. I guess the front lines can fire over the hill. They're probably getting a couple hits, but wasting a lot of ammo here. But that's the one thing about this map is that the terrain is very, very uneven, basically across the entire. Oh no. Got the Swedish or the Prussian cav charge. He's trying to do the same thing. I formed square with my Moscow musketeers directly behind my artillery, and so I'm trying to get my artillerymen into the square or beyond the square. Hopefully, kill off these guys and have a few left over to man the guns. As you can see, we did not kill the 6-pound horse artillery either, despite the fact that we got a really good charge on them. We took out about half of them. Musketeers. And KB is basically in a staring match with the French right now. He's going to come over and connect his line on my right flank. So we're going to have a bit of a skirmish here between our lights and some fencibles, and you'll see some cav. But what we soon discover... Oh, there's a good hit from the Swedish howitzer. Took out one of these British howitzers. We'll soon, and as you can see, the Brits are also doing the same thing, kind of mirroring the Swedes, as they try to reinforce the Russian left flank, and Prussia and Britain are essentially combining flanks here as well. Again, these Russian Jaegers are pushing up, trying to engage these Silesian Schützen, which, you know, they should technically be able to take them, but they wind up not doing very well. Taking my musketeers to engage these fencibles here. Oh, good volley. Dropped a few of them. But he's charging those fencibles in, try to take out these lights. It should get another volley here from my musketeers. Probably going to shoot a bunch of my own guys. Oh, we've got a nice dragoon charge. I do have musketeers right behind them to try to shoot down those guys, and I'm really just gonna let my Russian Jaegers. I've discovered that the Russian Jaegers are not necessarily the best light infantry. They're more of a meat shield that can kind of shoot back. I'm gonna charge my musketeers into the fencibles to try to, you know, I do want to save them if at all possible. But they are better at melee than most lights. The Russian Jaegers are. So there's a good charge. And as you can see, more fencibles coming in, and Prussia has pushed up his line infantry, which I am okay with. I will gladly allow him to shoot it out with my Jaegers. There's a couple good volleys there, though. Musketeers engaged with the fencibles. And on this side, just kind of a bit of an artillery duel between two very weakened artillery pieces. So these artillery pieces, although they can still shoot, they're somewhat ineffective for the most part. And the problem with this map right here is this town, or at least on this hill, is that it kind of cuts off this flank, so a lot of the battle has to go on right here. And as you can see, oh man, these musketeers have cut through 2 fencible units now, which is exactly what they're there for. What is this? We've got some Swedish hussars going in to try to tie these light. Oh, he's got some light foot in. He's got to charge him light foot. And here comes the British cav. As you can see, this is just a back and forth of, you know, charging cav, charging men, light battle. Although his lights are back here on this hill. And it's actually a pretty good position because he is able to shoot over the top of his men and still engage. So I'm gonna pull back. I don't like that. I felt like I was a bit outnumbered and outgunned in that position. So I'm gonna pull back a little bit, try to regroup. Oh, the poor Swedish militia just got charged. Battle light dragoons of Britain. Oh, Sweden has lost two. Elite has lost 2 of his artillery pieces, and so has England, though. So they're in a somewhat give and take battle for the artillery. Oh, there was another good hit. Lifeguard foot just hanging back in reserve. Still got some cav over here, and now what you're going to see is France has decided they're going to try to push up and connect this flank on this side, and they're going to try to mount an assault going here. While this battle in the middle persists. Light Dragoons getting out of there after they took care of the militia. So, as you can see, we are a bit outgunned from the British and Prussian lights, and that's something that we really need to take care of because they can do a lot of damage. Russian Jaeger's gonna get a volley off? No. Not Russian, Swedish. Oh, there was a good hit from the artillery, from our artillery. Oh, we took out another one of his guns, which is brilliant. The sooner we can knock them out, the better. They still have not done a whole lot of damage to me. And then KB and the Frenchman over here are kind of just shooting at each other back and forth with artillery. They have not engaged anything yet. It looks like there's going to be some light fighting right here. Are they going to shoot? Or is he going to pull back? Oh, here we go. Boom. Good volley from the Prussian Fusiliers. And he's got his Silesian shoots him pushed up. It looks like he's shooting my musketeers. These lights, yeah, these Russian Jaegers are not going to be able to withstand these light foot, especially since they have some forest cover. Still some British cav running around back there. But as you can see, one of the main reasons that we pushed up as quickly as we did was these Prussian musketeers are not very. They're already getting somewhat depleted, which is going to play into our favor a little bit later in the match. You can see I've still got 3 lifeguard foot here in the back in reserve. I've got 3 relatively healthy. I mean, this one's at full strength. These are pretty healthy. That's pretty healthy. These musketeers are getting bombarded, but they're still pretty healthy. You just push up some musketeers. Oh, you need to fire a canister at them right now, which I believe we wound up doing, and I think that he's actually going to. Oh, that was a good volley. Get one back, but these Russian musketeers just aren't as accurate, and they don't reload as quickly as the Prussians. We do have the artillery on our side. Can't remember if I fire a canister here or not. Yeah, my lights over there are. Oh, there was a canister volley. Oh god, another one. Oh, we took out a couple right here. So now my Moscow musketeers have pushed up. They're going to be trying to fire down on the flank right there. They can't see a whole lot of them, but the ones they can, they'll be shooting at. My lights are, like I said, are not winning this battle. And they're not going to. They have really no chance. These Russian Jaegers are very inaccurate, especially compared to the rest of the other nation's lights. Here we go. Howitzer, what's this gonna do? Nothing. Still about the same in artillery. So at this point, I'm a little worried for the middle because we don't have the quality of units that they'd. Oh, getting some good canister volleys into these Prussian ranks. We don't really have the quality that the Prussians do, and they're also beginning to try to outflank us. France is pushing up some units over here to try to engage Prussia. Oh wow, that was a good volley. Just cut a nice hole. Fire again. Oh, took out some more, and I think he's charging them trying to get to the artillery, but he did not make it, which is very fortunate. That canister shot is so devastating. We're gonna fire some more. We've got more canisters. More lights routing over there in the middle. Not gonna work very well for us. No, shoot at these guys. Shoot at these guys. Don't. Oh, wasted shot. Yep, shooting into the hill. Probably microing over here. Yeah. We did some damage to these lights. These, not so much. Lightfoot, 60, they still have 2/3 of their men left. Pushing up defensive blows with meat shields. So I'm going to pull back these guys in the middle because I'm just getting picked apart and I really, really need the numbers. Got a Cossack charge. My artillery is still firing at the hill. Oh. Thought I was going to miss the front fire. So he's formed square with his musketeers. My Cossacks get caught up on it a little bit, which is okay because the main goal of that was just to get my Moscow musketeers into melee, which they do. They're going to get into melee with these pretty relatively healthy musketeer unit, and they're going to do very well in melee. That's the Moscow musketeer strength is definitely their melee. It doesn't look like there's a whole lot going on. Sweden also kind of quiet. The main battle. Oh, we got some Prussian. Oh, we got a nice French charge getting into the Prussian lines. But it looks like if I know KB, he's got foot guard reserves. He'll be okay. He did get square with these guys, and now he's gonna actually help push up on this flank. I think these are KB's men going into. Are they? Yeah, KB's sending a charge on the old guard. Very ballsy. Very brave men here. France has pushed up some of his fusiliers on this side. I believe I'm trying to get canister shots into these. Yeah, into this flank right here. Which it looks like we're getting a couple kills. And in the woods here, the Moscow musketeers did pretty well against the much larger Russian musketeer unit in there. Still killing off some as they rout. And these guys are just going to continue the charge. Getting picked off. Going to go into a 97-man strong unit of Fusiliers. Artillery still coming in. Oh. Moscow musketeers are no joke in melee. I'll give them that. Oh, and you can see these French Fusiliers dropping despite the fact that they are much larger in terms of manpower. I mean, they still have twice as many men as the musketeers, but they're losing. Winning decisively, yep. So the Moscow musketeers are definitely doing their job when it comes to their melee. Look at this. Oh my god, these guys had 90-something men when they charged in. The Moscow musketeers have already gained 2 chevrons. Look at this. Oh, and they finally rout. But they got this Fusilier unit down to 37 men from 90. So they killed 60 men in that on their second charge. These Fusiliers got torn up, it looks like, by the Prussian foot guards that KB pushed up. So France is having to retreat. Although I'm not sure, they may have should have. Well, he's still. Our Prussian has some units nearby, but yeah, they lost a lot of men right there, and they did not gain a lot. So here in the middle, we are kind of staring each other down. I'm not really sure what to do at this point in time. I don't think, in my head, I was kind of discussing with Elite, and we were kind of thinking that we don't have the quality of troops that they do in terms of their line infantry and musketeers, at least on our front lines. So we kind of had made a very bold decision that you'll see here in a moment. The French is also he's pulling back across the entire front. I don't think he liked his engagement, which I think it's probably a smart move. He was not getting the better of the engagement there. Prussia's still holding strong, and KB still holding strong on the right. So now we're going to initiate the assault. This is going to be a very, very classic Russian assault here. Getting the lights up. I'd love to take these guys out so they're not shooting in our flank. Still got a couple white dragoons. Let's see. Prussia's still got some dragoons. Although these musketeers are not the strongest as of now. And here comes a Swedish cav charge. Try to tie these guys down. Sending my Russian Jaegers up. It's meat shields, basically. They may be out of ammo, or at least close to out of ammo, so I'm not really overly concerned with losing them. These musketeers are going into melee. through the forest, try to take these fence woods. Oh no, maybe they're gonna stop and fire. Fire! Fire if you're gonna shoot, damn! Or just take a charge. Awesome. And here come the Russian musketeers. Got some Prussian dragoons coming in. Oh, you need to fire, men. You need to fire ASAP. Escalation shoots, and I guess they're out of ammo. They're coming in to melee. This is exactly what we did not want. We did not want to get caught out in the open like this in a firefight with these Prussian musketeers. That's not a battle that we will win. These musketeers are going to continue the charge through, try to take out these light foot. They're going to have to go through these Highland foot. And here we go. The old Russian bayonet charge. Classic. You guys are going to take some losses coming in. But once they get engaged with these Prussian musketeers, they should do fairly well. And this is just going to be a mass charge. Lifeguard foot charging the musketeers. And they're going to meet there. The lifeguard foot are very, very good in melee. You've got more musketeers charging, trying to get to these lines without getting cut down. I think I'm actually sending my Jaegers into melee as well. Why not? So we have got a mass Russian bayonet charge. Yep, Russian Jaegers. Just try to keep these guys tied up. The musketeers of Charles the Woods are now trying to fend off these light dragoons, which looks like they're losing. Now the Swedes are going to bring up their lifeguards and line infantry to try to support this Russian charge. We're doing fairly well. We've knocked a lot of these units down to basically nothing, and these musketeers are not doing as well as I'd hope, but they damaged that musketeer unit pretty well. These lifeguard foot have won their battle pretty handily and are going to go engage with the leftover remnants of this Prussian musketeer unit. These musketeers made it to the lines, but they are depleted. They do have a chevron though. So the lifeguard foot, he's trying to flank around with this. This is a good move here to try to flank around and shoot the lifeguard foot, but luckily, Elite did a good job bringing up his Swedish foot. Oh, get a point-blank volley. Oh, that's pretty brutal. And now, going into melee with the lifeguard foot. Gonna do well. These lifeguards fire. Go, another good volley, point-blank. And now into melee. So it has turned into a massive melee fight. And these lifeguard foot have routed another unit. Now they're gonna go, it looks like, into combat with the Swedes and shoots him. France has tried to send up some reinforcements. The leftover that was getting beat here by those Moscow musketeers and Prussian fusiliers. And the general charging in the combat to try to support his men. He's got some very, very depleted musketeers in the combat with the lifeguard foot. And now the Highland foot moving up from Britain to try to support these Prussians and keep the middle from breaking, but doesn't look like it's gonna hold for too much longer. Highland foot pushing up, gonna get some good shots on these lifeguards, and as you can see, we have nothing right here to support, so I'm bringing over the rest of my lifeguard foot to try to hold the middle here. Now these Highland foot are very much better in melee than these Prussian musketeers, so they're gonna be a little bit tougher to crack. And again, on the flanks, still not a whole lot going on, just some light skirmishing. It looks like the Jaegers. Here the French have pushed up, and they have a pretty solid position firing down on these lifeguards. Sweden. And these lifeguard foot are still in combat, fighting some French fusiliers. And they break them as well, so now they're going to go into combat with another French unit. And I don't think these guys are going to last too much longer. They've only got 20 men. They've got 2 chevrons though. And again, on this side, not much, just some artillery bombardments. And they rout this unit as well, but they finally break. And now, as you can see, we have basically broken the middle wide open. Let's look at the map. You see, their lines have been broken. Right here is where we made that main assault. So they've got this, and now we're going to try to exploit this. Highland foot trying to come over to fill those gaps in the line. Lifeguard foot going into combat with the Highland foot. They're going to hold out a little bit better than those Prussian musketeers, especially since he's going to get some flanking fire, although I think the hill is in my favor there. If you would have pushed these guys up just a little bit farther, you probably would have been able to kill off a lot of these lifeguards. I thought I had another lifeguard foot running around somewhere. Here they are. Nope. Where the hell? Oh, they're both right there. They're both in melee. No, they're not. Wait. Are they all dead? They're all dead, it looks like. So this is I believe this may be my last unit. They got my general going into combat. Oh, wait. No, here they are. They're down here on this hill. Attacking the Highland foot. Even my general's into combat. These Highland foot, or lifeguard foot going into the Highland foot. Prussian, these may be KB's men. Supporting with the cav charge. This is our Prussian cav, I believe. Italy has pushed up some infantry to try to finish these guys off. We really, really need to beat the middle. And as you can see, England has pushed basically the remainder of his army into this. Yeah, he has nothing into the middle to try to hold the middle and keep the lines from breaking. But I just think that the Russian bayonet charge combined with the Swedish lifeguards and even some line infantry was just too much. And it looks like these lifeguard foots over here are still firing on the Fusiliers. And now KB has pushed up some of his musketeers to support and just finish off the remainder of these guys. Oh, we've got some old guard in, which have taken a lot of damage. Doesn't look like they took it from here. It looks like it was another part of the battlefield. Got some Prussian howitzers coming in. And these lifeguard foot finally were out. They did very well, though. Got his Highland foot into melee with these line infantry. It looks like he broke through that foot guard. Got this lifeguard foot of 40 left over. And I think that is and my general. 4 men in my general staff. That is all that I have left. But we're going to rush. I think that these mounted Jaegers and my general are going to rear charge these Highland foot. As you can see, they instantly drop morale like crazy. And there goes my general. Very well done, General. You have died a heroic death. And they rout the Highland foot. So that is it. That's it. That is both the Prussians and the British taken out right there in that. And look at the number of bodies. Swedish, Highland, the British, the musketeers up here. Both lifeguard foot and Russian musketeers and Prussian musketeers. Ton of Fusiliers just got steamrolled by the cav. Getting into the old guard. Did run through some stakes here though. No big deal. Fusiliers and the Swedes have brought up their reserves to come basically mop up everything. And the lone Russian lifeguard foot stands victorious on top of the hill. And now France is going to try to get his one little men he has left out. As you can see, the balance bar has definitely shifted in our favor quite a bit. If France plays this, perfectly, he still has a chance at winning. But for the most part, that Russian bayonet and combined Russian and Swedish bayonet charge was very, very devastating, and it seemed to work. It worked, not extremely well. As you can see, we lost a lot of men. I basically lost my entire army in that charge, but we were able to pull out the victory just basically due to the superior melee stats of our units. And just look at the bodies. Oh my goodness. All the way down this hill. As you come up here, all the cavalry. Oh man, the piles and piles of dead. Just insane. We're trying to get some parting shots on. He's actually walking his old guard, which I doubt he meant to do this, but hate to see the old guard go down with their backs turned to the enemy, but what can you do? If they're not going to shoot back, we will gladly shoot at them. So now the battle is going to start on this side of the map with the remnants of the French army and KB's Prussian army is still pretty intact. I mean, he looks like he has lost a couple of his, or just one of his guns. I don't know that he's done. I don't think he's lost any of his artillery up here. He has not. So this is the main thing that's going to keep the French somewhat hopeful of winning is they have a very, very good artillery piece up on the hill. In a very good position as well. But as KB's making a good move to try to get over here to outflank these French lines. And I do still have this very damaged 6-pound artillery, which is they're gonna be firing, but they're so far away that they're not gonna do a whole lot of damage. But it's more for the morale factor. And these guys are slowly gonna start moving. I'm actually gonna fast forward so that we can watch these armies get into position. There they go. Going to try to surround. Oh, we've got a push on the right. The Prussian musketeers are going to move up on the French left. Got a Fusilier line and 2 chasseurs, which he desperately needs to get into position. They're running, but they're exhausted, so they're not going to be moving very fast. So the one thing about keeping your light infantry in light formation, especially on a snowy or the desert maps, is that they will lose energy. And they will become fatigued even by just standing there. Even if you're not moving them, if they're in light formation, they will become fatigued. Now he's got quite a force over here that the Prussians need to be aware of. Some volleys. Oh, that was a good volley on the chasseurs. Another good volley from the Prussians. Now he doesn't have. Oh yeah. Oh, he's got his foot guards coming up. I think that's going to be pretty tough for the French to deal with. You can see my 6-pounders coming in. Some more howitzers coming in. And this has basically just turned into the last stand for the French over here. He's going to run his musketeers around here to try to get on the flank, and then move his foot guard up there in the middle to get some direct fire. Oh. Good volley from the Fusiliers line. And Elite ran into the stakes. That is usually my job, to kill my general on stakes that I didn't see, but he makes that mistake this time. Wonderful. These Prussian lines are still pretty far back, waiting on the rest of the Swedish army to get up there. Gonna push his lights up. Oh, you can just hear the volleys, and there go the chasseurs. Very, very tough to deal with here. I'm not sure. I think that yeah, you can see their heads. Oh, foot guard volley. This is going to be the death of the French right here. These foot guards, they really don't have anything. You saw their old guard route on the other side of the battlefield. They don't really have anything that can contend with this. There go these chasseurs. Is he charging? I believe he may be charging these men. Yep. Melee charge on the Prussian musketeers. Not a bad move. I mean, you might as well. Better than standing there and getting shot. They're very, very evenly matched. Wow, the French actually have more men than the Prussian musketeers. Although, even if they survive here, I don't think they're going to be able to do a whole lot more. There go the Prussian musketeers, so he is successful on the bayonet charge. Here comes a Prussian bayonet charge to counter. Gonna wrap these Fusiliers up in melee. There they go. And so that basically breaks the entire left of the French. And over here, they did push up, and they are just outgunned. Oh, he's got his old guard. Gonna go into melee. About the only thing they can do at this point. The guard die, but do not surrender. You gotta love it. And they should win that pretty handily, but the problem is there's just too many Prussians coming with Swedish reinforcements over here. Oh, this is pretty entertaining. So Elite has all of these lights just hanging out over here, which he thinks they're safe, and the Prussian foot guards are going to go into combat because you can see the old guard, combination of the old guard. Oh, that was my artillery. Yeah. Old guard and Fusiliers line broke through these Prussian lines into combat, and here comes the Prussian general from nowhere. Elite sees him coming. He's trying to get his men out of there. I guess he decides he's going to try to get a volley off. Oh no. Run! Run, men! He does kill a couple of them. Oh, and the Prussian general gets into these Jaegers who are very tired, exhausted. But here come the old guard, still going strong. Oh, I saw some canister shot up here from the artillery. This is just hilarious. All of these lights in combat with this 6 Prussian generals have it. And look at this. The mass rout of the lights. No! Here come the old guard as well. And they mass rout these Swedes. So the old guard, general staff, Fusiliers line, and another general staff are still holding strong over here. And they are assaulting the artillery position, which is firing devastating canister into these musketeers. And they are not going to be able to last very long just sitting there taking that. So he's going to go ahead and mass the charge, try to get to these cannons, but they are, oh god, oh no. Looks like the general's killed, and the last charger of the old guard over here. Let's see, I think he's going to get a good volley. Oh. Okay, he's not shooting. These guys are. Oh, just made a huge hole through that foot guard unit. Pretty brutal, but I think these. Oh my god, another one. Oh my god, oh my god. It's okay though, because the foot guards luckily have pretty good morale, so they're gonna get there. Are they gonna get another one off? No. They didn't get it off. Okay. Foot guards are into the line, and then the remaining old guard will go down in melee / getting shot from behind. 40 of them left, and I believe that they're the last unit on the battlefield besides that artillery. And my 37-man Life Guard foot made it over here. The old guard's still going strong. I tell you what, they're no joke of a unit. And that's it. There they go. The last standing unit is this artillery that is battling it out with the foot guards, and that is it. Yeah, so that was a very exciting battle, very chaotic, and I'll be honest with you, I had no clue if we were going to win that. But there you can see the who we played and the kills to losses. I lost basically all but what? Jesus, 220 men. Oh my goodness. But yes, good game to our opponents, good game for the teammates. That was very fun. Very stressful battle for me. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this, and we will see you next time.